Okay, closing WhatsApp. Canva still open.
Is het al 22 mensen op Instagram?
22 peeps. Amazing. I'm going to just forward my phone to Nos quickly. Yes, Els, I'm so proud of us. For the first time, we are 4 minutes early, not 4 minutes late.
Record in progress.
Just a heads up, your phone is going to become a bit busy, sir. Sorry.
I'm happy with that. No problem.
Okay, thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. What's up, Buttercup?
What's the word, hummingbird?
Okay, cool. I've diverted my phone and then I'll just be looking out for your messages only.
Perfect.
Just let me know if, because we just switched on Zoom, the other platforms seem to be on. Just let me know if there's issues. We've got like 2 minutes before we kick off.
Yes, I'm opening Zoom up now. I've got the rest of you open everywhere else.
Okay, perfect.
136.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, I'm about to share screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, everything looks all right?
Yeah.
Looks all right to you? Okay. Is the view okay?
Yes, just your Zoom presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Are you... Okay, hold on, say panelist. I can see click to add notes, so just switch how you're sharing.
How am I sharing?
So do presenter mode. Is that on presenter? Yeah, there we go.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nice.
All right, thank you, girl.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Lekker.
We're good, Els?
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, boss. 6 o'clock.
Alrighty. Just some people, some latecomers that are asking me for the Zoom link. Like we've been sharing the Zoom link since 10.
We've been spamming the Zoom
We've been
link.
spamming the group. Some of the people are even leaving the group. I'm like, yes, loop, gaan weg. Go away. So you can open up space for people who actually want to learn and people who want to grow. Okay, 6 o'clock. I'm going to restart my timer here. How are we looking for? Yeah, there's a couple of people that's still joining on Zoom. And TikTok, everything working?
TikTok is on 159 peeps.
Alrighty. Cool. The best part about this is even though we're going to have less viewers, less people actually want education. More people are on social platforms today for pure entertainment and just to waste time and like just be entertained. So the people that have joined us today, thank you very much. It is a very unique group that actually want to learn and grow, because it means you need to stretch your brain a little bit and you need to exercise the hustle muscle. And having said that, Els, we're going to give 1 more minute,
Okay.
60 more seconds, and I'm going to kick into it because there's lots to cover. Lots to cover
Amanda
today.
saying hello.
Hello, Amanda. Stop scratching your rims. I see 4. Okay, perfect. All right. And we're on. Yes, sir. Okay. Elena's watching us through 4 screens. Check the picture that she sent me.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks, E. Your guardian angel, making sure everything is lacquer on that side. All right. Els, are you ready?
Yeah. 186 peeps on TikTok.
On TikTok. Guys, girls, if you are in the position to reshare this, my phone's going insane. Can you actually hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you are... So if anyone ever wants to steal my phone, come and grab it, but you have to answer my WhatsApps. That's the only rule. You can have the phone, but answer my WhatsApps. If you are on this presentation, either through Zoom, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching from, and you feel that somebody in your friendship or family circle could benefit from the information I'm about to share with you, please share it now. I'm not going to pitch you to sell you a car. I'm not going to pitch you to join a course or a program. I'm not going to pitch you any product, any after sale, nothing. All I'm going to do is educate you on how finance works, and I'm going to reveal some very well hidden secrets in the automotive industry that's very taboo, which I think should be spoken about freely. And if you are informed, it's not a problem, because then we know how to navigate the playing field. If you understand the rules, you can get very, very good at the game. As a consumer, you can get brilliant at buying a vehicle if you understand the rules that the dealers play by. Having said that, we're going to start off by me saying, please, I do not give you permission to record me and distribute this content at your own, Elsie's winking, on your own platforms. So I do not encourage you guys to go and spread this. It's purely for educational purposes. I don't ask you guys to go and spread this. If you have value, if it adds value to you, go ahead. We will cut some shorts and some reels of this information in the next couple of days, and we'll share it across our platforms. But as far as I know, the team hasn't decided whether we want to post this entire clip of 40 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it's going to be. What do you think?
Naturally, it is going to be posted on Facebook if we don't take it down.
Okay, organically it will go on Facebook, okay?
But other than that, I think Reels will be the way forward.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So, I am ready. Are you ready, Els? Can I reset the timer?
Yes,
Let's see if
sir.
I will be on time for the first time ever in my life. Customer training 101. This type of information and training does not exist. So there's no, it's like a blue ocean for me. There's no agenda that I'm trying to beat anybody or I'm trying to compete up against anybody. The only reason why I decided to do this is I've had about enough of customers being taken for a ride and people calling me and saying, Bobby, I got burnt here. I had 2 people phone me today. I got burnt here. Can you help me refinance this vehicle? My ITC score is super high. It's almost 800. I signed on 16.5%. I've got this balloon payment. I didn't know what balloon payment is. Bobs, can you settle this vehicle for me and can you help me refinance it? And unfortunately not, because I don't do refinance deals. It's not part of the offering that we give. Dealers are not really allowed to do that. It's against the service level agreements that you've signed. I know sometimes dealers help out a friend or a family member, or they help out someone. Thanks, Sales. They help out someone to do that, but we don't do that at all. And I thought about it. I said, okay, if you if you help me unpack your deal, asked him a few questions. If you knew these 4 points, would you have signed for your deal? No, Bobby. So why did you sign for the deal? Because I didn't understand the way that you explained it to me now. I said, okay, cool, no problem. You've already made the mistake. It's happened. It's in the past. It's a school fee that you needed to pay. Here's a link. Come and join us tonight so that it doesn't happen to you or a family friend, a loved one ever in the future. Having said that, after this, you will be able to negotiate with a dealer, because we're going to do this as a series every Wednesday, except next week it will be on a Tuesday, because we've got a kick-ass team and they win all these competitions and all these trips and all these stuff. They're going overseas. Some people are going overseas. Some are not going overseas. Some people are going overseas for a couple of days. So next week, Tuesday, will be the customer training. I will also reveal what the next lesson is going to be about. And Monday will be the masterclass for the business owners and team leaders. So I'm going to do this as a series every Monday and Wednesday, except next week, because some people are going overseas. Next week it will be Tuesday. Let's move forward. All right. Now, module 1. And of course it looks like it's not supposed to look after we've tested it 17 times. All right, module 1. Els, what the hell is going on here? This is insane. And we tested it like a couple of times. Okay, so let me just get out of here and then use the PDF, because that worked better. We tried to be clever and make it into like a fancy presentation, which clearly didn't work. Let's do the normal PDF. PDF is king. No misalignment here. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. All right, module 1. Let's start again. Module 1, interest rates. So we're going to unpack a couple of points here. I want you to take notes in the comment section. You're welcome to, on Zoom, ask me a couple of questions. And if we have time at the end of this, I will answer your questions. If we don't, the team will record the questions and I will create content around your question. If it's not a very isolated, unique, 1 in a million cases, I will create content and I'll post it on social media. So hopefully it helps more than one person. All right, interest rates from the bank. Who determines the rate? The bank determines the rate. All right. How does that process take place? And essentially, what do they look at in order for them to determine your rate? All right. So every person that is born is on ITC. This ITC blacklisting, this is a taboo word being thrown around very loosely as a negative. Today, I think 70-80% of my day was we do the induction for the new recruits for AutoTrader. We had 24 people in our training center today. And it was amazing that, you know, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, these are people that have graduated, they've got degrees, some of them have master degrees in accounting, in marketing, and all the people's questions were very similar. You know, what does it mean if I'm on ITC? So everybody is on ITC. How you handle your credit record will determine the category that you fall in. Now, each bank scores a customer slightly differently, but the general rule is category 1 through 3 is a very low risk customer. 4 to about 6 is a medium risk. 7, 8, 9, this is a very high risk customer, and there is almost a very small window of opportunity to get you approved if you are 6 to 9. Then above that, it's too high, it's a red decline, the banks walk away from you, they're not interested. Now, if you think about it this way, in order for you to get to a category 1 customer, you have to start off as a high risk category 9 customer. You've never bought a car before, it's your first time, or you've gone through some stuff in your life, maybe you fell behind but you caught it up, you're a high risk customer. The higher the risk, the higher the interest rate is going to be. The lower the risk, then you've got leverage. If you're a category 1 customer at, let's say, for example, Absa Bank, category 1 through 3, the chances that you are approved at all the banks is very, very high. And this is where the technicality comes in. Why do dealerships make the decision on the rate? And this is the taboo question. And here's the reason. And we'll get into it very slowly. So I don't want to lose you. I'm going to speak slowly. And we will process this line by line by line by line together, so that once it's done, you're like, okay, that makes sense. This is why the dealership offered me this bank, but I bank with this bank, and I was wondering why I hadn't received an offer from them. Well, this is why. If you're a category 1 through 3 customer at, let's say, the red bank, which is Absa, the chances are you're a very good category at the rest of the banks. Now, if you bank with Absa, for example, and by no means, this is not a paid promotion from Absa, even though they came to see me yesterday, and we did our quarterly review with Mr. Dean. This is not me promoting or bashing Absa. They're just top of mind because I saw them last. If you're category 1 through 3 with them, the chances are that you are a good scoring customer with Westbank, with MFC, with Standard Bank, with Marquise Bank. By the way, Marquise Bank, brand new on the market, they're making waves, they're doing amazing stuff, extremely small, tight, very aggressive team. I'm a big fan of them. I really am, because they're a disruptor. I like what they're doing. So what a dealership will typically do is they'll pick the transaction that is best suitable for the dealership. Here's why. On each and every rate that the bank offers, they can't see each other's deal. So that's the one thing where, in my opinion, if I could change something today, I would change that immediately. I would make sure that every bank can see every other bank's offer, because then at the end of the day, the customer would win. So here's typically what happens, and I'm going to use round figures so that it's easy math. Take a 400K car, 400,000 Rand car, approved at all the banks because I'm a category 1 to 3 customer. I bank with Absa, so they've got all my stuff. I get prime rate. At prime, the DIC, the dealer incentive commission, on 400,000 Rand will typically be a number like 15,000 Rand. At a very good customer, at 400K borrowed, at prime. Now, if another bank gives prime plus 0.5, for example, and it's MFC, MFC will give more DIC because they're charging slightly higher rate, so more dealer incentive commission. All right, the 0.5 difference on your installment is going to be very, very small, couple of Rand, 40, 50 Rand. But the DIC towards the dealership might be from 15 to 25,000 Rand. So bank 3 is prime plus 1, maybe 28,000 Rand. That's where the dealership has control, and they can go and serve you this offer. And each time I make a piece of content, and I say, if you're we give the tier system. Tier 1 is a customer that either has never bought a vehicle or has gone through some stuff, and you're a very high risk customer. Always ask the dealership, how many banks approve me? Sometimes, and I do these closing calls on TikToks, I'll say to you, sir, we did one that was very popular last night. I love that guy. That guy was such a G. He's got a business and he's an entrepreneur, and the wife's got a business, and it's just everything's happening so fast, and one bank approval, because a business ranks at a higher risk automatically to start off with, because business is volatile. Anybody can go out of business anytime. That's just the reality of it. Knock on wood, you know, we work hard, we've got a good team, God willing, we stay in business another 200 years. But business ranks very much a high risk. Call the customer, and I always start off with, sir, I have a 1 bank approval. Like literally, this is the only deal that I can present to you. It's not the best rate, but we have a deal, okay? Once we prove to the bank that we can pay our debt and we can service this loan each and every month for the next 72 months or however long you drive this vehicle, after 6 months, normally, we'll be able to provide enough proof and credibility to go and search for a second approval from another bank, trade the car in, get a bigger one, whatever the case might be. But as it stands, Mr. Customer, you're a category 9. I needed new jeans to get your deal through. That's why my jeans have holes on my knees. So this is the only deal I have. It's take it or leave it, brother. Okay. If it's sort of in the middle, category 4 through, let's say, 6, this is typically where you have multiple bank approvals. So 2 banks or 3 banks. This is a different situation that you find yourself in. That's why it's very important when you communicate with the dealership, how many banks approve me and present me with their offers. Is it the recommended rate or is it the rate that you're giving me? And here's probably 3% of the industry. It's not the majority, it's the minority that gives the majority a bad name. 3% of dealerships will take that prime rate and raise it by 2% or 1% or 3% or 0.75% and take that rate, notify the bank, lift the rate to that so that I can get more DIC. All right, that's where it gets ugly. So ask the dealership, how many banks approve me? Is it the recommended rate? And send me the offer. You know, today everybody knows what a podium is. The reason why we are in the studio and it's evolved into something completely different was before Elsie even worked here, I found Elsie through a mutual friend and I said to her, I want to shoot customer educational videos to inform people on who controls the interest rate. Exactly this content. How many years ago, Els?
I think it was 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a studio. This building didn't exist. So what we used to do back then is, in my office, she used to come in with Tian, with her husband, and then they used to bring towels, beach towels from home. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So they used to bring towels, and then they used to put towels on the back, by the windows, by the curtains, by the doors, because the taxi, the bra is just trying to pick up his customers. And then I'm like, stop freaking hooting, bro. We're recording stuff on our iPhone. So then we put towels on the door and we start recording this because this information needs to be heard and it needs to be understood by the consumer. Once you understand this, then it's fair game. How many banks approve me? 3 banks. Great. Which ones? These 3. Cool. Present me the offers. This is the offer from bank 1, offer from bank 2, offer from bank 3. The offer may vary a little bit as well. For example, if the red bank gives a certain interest rate on a certain time period and you want to shrink that time period. So let's say, for example, from 72 months, bring it to 60 months. The bank has every right to increase the rate because working it out, how much money would we have made at 72 months? Is it less at 60? We need to charge more because it's a business. They need to win at the end of the day. Same with the other banks. We'll do the deal with residual, but slightly more interest rate. But once you have that information in front of you, presented to you by the dealership, then it's on you to make the decision. So if you decide to take this deal, right, this deal, based off of the 2 other deals that are available, you've made an informed decision and you know why. It's either because this bank offers residual, that one doesn't, that one's rates better, this one's terms better. You have to ask them, please provide me with the podiums. And if you category 1 through 3, the chances are all the banks approved you. The bank that you normally bank with, where your income comes in, normally because they have all the information required for them to make a decision, that bank will give you the lowest rate. However, take Marquis for example, big time disruptor. They see an ITC score of 800. They're like, we like 800 ITC score customers. We will give you prime rate on this, or prime less 0.25, whatever the case might be, because their strategy for the next quarter is to get a whole bunch of customers with this and this ITC score. I'm not saying that's their strategy. I'm saying that is some of the bank's strategies. Then you might end up in a situation where the bank that you bank with is actually at a higher rate than the bank competing for your business. And here's what I'm going to say to that. You should have zero loyalty to your bank, because if somebody is going to earn your business by buying it with a smaller interest rate, you should go there. Because at the end of the day, if you could save some money from a different bank, from a foreign bank, Why be loyal to your bank? Unless you do this. You say to your dealership, cool, I love the fact that Marquise is competing for my business. I feel that ABSA should know this. Can you please notify them that Marquise is giving me this and this rate and this deal? Put it on the table for them. Explain to them the loyalty that I've had over the last 21 years. Would they be willing to match it or no? Boom. Then the bank has to make a decision. All of us work through what we call a BDO. This is a relationship manager. The relationship manager with ABSA, for me, her name is Karen. I've had her as the relationship manager since I was 21 years old, which is 19 years ago. She gave me a dealer code. She cooks for me at the house. She comes over to my house. She's a friend. She's like a homie. So Karen, I need you to please do your best, save this ABSA customer before they run away to Westbank, for example. And sometimes she can, and sometimes she can't. And I phone the customer back, sir, my bad, I'm so sorry. They don't have the appetite for that interest rate. It's not in their strategy at the moment. Maybe next time. And when they do, sir, congratulations. They came up to the table. They met you 50-50, and we're getting that rate for you. We continue forward. Are you happy so far?
So good.
So good, so far, so good. Interest rate, the bank decides, the dealer can raise it. The reason why they raise it is because if they do, and they're successful, they get more DIC. All right. I'm going to move over to the next slide and explain what is DIC. It's Dealer Incentive Commission. Who determines the value? The bank determines the value. Fun fact, I will discuss and unpack a deal with you in real time on what happened about 2 months ago. In our industry, there's something called an over allowance. Over allowance. This is when the customer owes too much on a car, and we have to bring it in for more and load it onto the new vehicle. Everybody's above board. Everybody knows that this is normal business practice in the motor industry. Like 24, 25 lights pointing at me at the moment, and that's excluding all these blue lights behind me. So 25 lights with an aircon, it costs money to run these things, right? So this is a business. We need to make money because sometimes a low-risk customer has big DIC customer has almost no DIC. Sometimes our DIC is 512 Rand. Sometimes our DIC is 0. Sometimes our DIC is 1,200 Rand. On a very good customer, it can go as high as 50,000 Rand, 60,000 Rand. We recently, the deal that I wanted to discuss with you, we traded in a Supra from a customer that bought it from us. And he bought a new Mustang. So we had a brand new Mustang when they were busy getting launched, 1.3 million Rand car. This is a tier 1, top of the food chain, prime less customer, and a certain bank gave 100,000 Rand DIC on this particular deal. So I said to him, sir, here's what we do. Everybody's offering you on your vehicle, everyone offers you 800,000 Rand for your car. All right, because your car is worth 800,000 Rand. You owe 880. So I'm going to be honest with you. On the new car, we're making 60 grand, 60, on a 1.3 million Rand car. My DIC is 100,000 Rand on this deal. I'm going to pay you 900 on your car. So I'm going to take my entire DIC, throw it against your car. I'm giving you 100,000 Rand more than anybody else. You're buying the brand new Mustang from me. I'm going to retain you as a customer. He says, Bobs, like, I can't believe you're showing me this. Why are you showing me this? I said, why not? It's on your freaking contract. You're signing for it anyway. This is my DIC. I want to say thank you for being my customer. This is the third car you're buying from me. You could have bought one. He lives in Cape Town. This guy literally lives next to a Ford dealership. Yes, we do have a relationship. Yes, we consult for him as well. Yes, he sent us many referrals. Yes, we send business his way. But there's one around the corner, and they're paying him the same price. So sometimes we can take that, use it to leverage against the trade-in, so a better deal is built for the customer. I'm not saying this is common practice and it happens on every deal. It doesn't, but it's there. The higher the DIC, that's where the dealer will lean towards. Now, what I don't like happening is, and this is the main reason for today's event, I don't like a dealership taking an interest rate and lifting it to enrich themselves with DIC. That's not good. That's why it's very important, as we discussed up front, how many banks approve me, what is the recommended rate. Because if the recommended rate on the podium is X, it will say recommended rate. The moment that a dealership lifts it, then they are taking a chance so that they can become more profitable, and you end up paying more over the period that you're paying the car for. We don't want that. All right. How is this calculated? Is there a way that the dealership can increase that DIC? I think I've covered all those points. What it is, it's dealer incentive commission. Who determines the value? The bank. The bank always offers it upfront. This is the deal. This is the months. This is the rate. This is the DIC. Cool? Is that your best? Yes. All right. Customer doesn't want to go with another bank. He prefers you, but this bank has beat you here. Will you be able to at least match or beat? Let me have a look. No, we can't. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Mr. Customer. So the 3 approvals that we have, we tried with your bank. The bank said, no, we're not going to match that rate. This is the best rate, best deal that we're getting. This is who we're giving you. If there's 2 banks approving with different DICs, then it's only fair for the dealership to take the one with a higher DIC. Because like we said, we have expenses, we have to live, we have to pay staff, we have to pay water and lights, we have to pay rates and taxes. That's how it is. Are you happy so far?
Good.
How's the time?
Yeah.
Are we okay for time, Els?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Great. All right, module 3, credit score. What makes it drop? So I'm going to go very slowly, and I'm going to go from ugly to very ugly. The most detrimental activity currently that we see that almost always automatically declines a deal is a personal loan. How many people are from TikTok on our live?
YouTube is 57. TikTok. Daar was 'n bietjie van 'n
Een issue.
300 mense op TikTok.
Okay, awesome. So the most detrimental activity that you can take part in today that drops your credit score is a personal loan. And I'm going to explain it to you from a point of view from the bank side. Okay. A lot of you phone me and say, Bobs, I took out a personal loan because it's easy to get. I paid it quickly and, I thought it's going to boost my credit score. So I took out 3. Okay, the bank says, all right, this person cannot manage their cash flow to the point where they have to take out a personal loan in order for them to get through the month. All right. So you can't work with your money. You have to get a loan in order for you to survive. And now you want to buy a car. How about now? So the worst thing that you can do that most negatively affects your credit score today that I see is a personal loan. The second worst thing is skip payments. Now, everyone's going through stuff. Things happen. Believe me, I understand. If your debit order is on the 1st and you get paid on the 1st, then you're taking a risk. If you get paid on the 1st or on the 31st, whatever your payment date is, what if it's weekend? What if that debit order bounces? What if you switch accounts? Lots of variations here. Long story short, you need to make sure that there's enough money in your account when the debit orders need to go off. The moment there's a skip payment, it negatively reflects on ITC because everybody's on ITC. Your score automatically goes down and you become a slow payer, or there's lots of skip payment notes that are made on your profile. Stability and suitability. So, credit score. You're a borderline customer, as I explained from the beginning, a 7 through 9. Stability and suitability. If you're a 2002 model, this is an analogy I love using. You're a 2002 model. Okay, you're 23 years old, and you want to buy a 2008 model BMW 335i. The chances that the bank is going to give you that car, even if your affordability is in line, is very slim. They're going to say no because the suitability is not there. Your brain hasn't even developed yet at 23. Most haven't. Mine didn't. Mine still developing. Still 16, yeah, but act 14. So the bank will say, no, the suitability is not great. Stability also not great. Only working there for 3 months or 6 months, whatever the time period is, and wants to buy a very high risk car. That will negatively affect your ITC score because the bank will decline you. Now what people do is they find a similar one somewhere else. 2003 model brain, want to buy a 2008 model car. And then they get declined there. And then they get declined there, and then they phone Uncle Bob's and say, hey bro, I can see magic happen there on TikTok. I want to buy a 335. You don't have one, but I found one. Can you get me approved? Sure. Have you applied before? Yes. Why were you declined? No, the other dealers don't know what they're doing. That's why I came to you. Okay, sure. Sir, I can't help you. I'm not even going to apply. Because 3-4 times later, too many inquiries lead the banks to just block you. We're not interested because each and every time they process an application, certain calls are made to certain bureaus, certain calls are made to Home Affairs, certain calls are made via AI, and guess what? Everything costs money. So now you're applying 6-7 times, you're costing us 7,000 Rand in applications and in running around. We're just going to block you. When we see your ID number, we're going to decline you. And we're going to decline you for a couple of months. Normally it's 3 months. We block you. So it leads me on to the next point. A deal will decline for equity, affordability, or risk. So if one of those three is misaligned when you do an application, and the F&I, and I call some of them dummies, and they get very upset with me. They get very, very upset with me. But I call them dummies anyway. It doesn't matter to me. And here's why I call them dummies. So you're telling me that a young man that was born in 2003 wants to buy a car that is as old as him. It's his first job. He's only earning 14 grand. The installment is 4,000 Rand a month. Okay, the car's retail value is 200. You're asking 285 for this car, and you still applied on his name. You're a dummy. No, you can't say that. You're rude. Not rude. You're just a dummy because you don't understand the process and the structure on how to present the deal to the bank that they can actually have an opportunity to say yes. So, same customer, born 2003, 15K a month salary, buying a 2024 model. For example, Kia Picanto or a Grand i10, it's his first car or her first car, buying a vehicle like that, that's when the stability and suitability is looked at differently. So now, equity is right because a 2023 or 2024 car normally is not over 30 or 40% over retail. It's normally 10, 20% over retail. Affordability is right because a newish car can take 72 months or 84 months. And the risk is lower, even though you as a customer with a medium to lowish ITC score, even though you as a customer are not very stable, the car is a low risk because risk is split into two. Affordability is 30% of your gross. That's a formula. It's a rule. Boom, 30%. Okay, so for those of you that did some maths at school, 30% on 15K is 5K. Am I right, Els?
Yeah.
Wrong. Slightly more.
Wiskunde.
Wiskunde.
Mathematics.
Mathematics. So 30% of your gross. Okay, that's affordability. Equity is if retail on a car for basic math purpose is 200 and you're asking 210 for the car, it's 10%, 220, sorry, it's 10% above retail. 20% is still acceptable. At 25, 30, 40%, it becomes very difficult to finance without a deposit. Then the bank will require a deposit. But if you get all those three right, where the risk, affordability, and equity lines up, even though you have a score which is not the best, you might still end up getting a positive result. In fact, let me take that back. You will end up getting a positive result if you don't apply with a dummy. And if the and why I call them dummies as well is because you're allowing someone that's not actually educated in the topic to overrule you and tell you how to do your job. And because you're scared to be direct with people and honest with people and explain to them in a logical way, you still do the application and do this. And then hope for the best. And if you can see my toes now, I've crossed my toes as well. Hopefully the bank makes a mistake and they approve this Lighty for BMW 335. because on paper you can sort of afford it. So equity, affordability and risk, that affects your credit score negatively if it's applied, decline. Every single time there's a call from a different dealer, from a different bank, it affects your credit score. Every call affects your credit score. Even if it's a soft call, it affects it a little bit. By the fourth dealer, you're already blocked because dealers prostitute the deal. We all do, including me. I send the deal to everybody because I want to present you with options. So each bank has to make a call. 5 banks by 5 dealers, it's 25 calls. Even if it's 10 points, 20 points, 50 points, you're losing 60 points. That's the reality of it. Too many calls affect your credit score. Happy, Els?
Good, good.
Okay, what makes it rise? I see you did something here on my slide. What makes it drop is in red, and what makes it rise it is in green. So green is, red is. All right, what makes it rise? The first and quickest, easiest thing that you can do right now to increase your credit score is switch your account from a savings to a check. That's the first thing. Like, it automatically scores better. Legit, it scores better. Small accounts and small credit card. If you're a beginner, do not, I'm not going to raise my voice because people say I'm rude. And I'm not going to call people names because I'm nice. I'm actually a nice person. Do not get a personal loan to increase your credit score. Okay? It doesn't matter who told you. I'm telling you not to do it. Whoever told you is a dummy. Don't listen to dummies. Do not get a personal loan to increase your credit score. The bank says, okay, this person's young, they already can't manage money, and they need to take a personal loan to get through the month. No, we're not giving you a car. A small account and a small credit card. Small account can be what I like to speak to people about, and from personal experience, what I've seen is a newbie comes in, no track record. Okay, we apply, they say no traceability, no deal. Cool, no problem. Here's what we do. Cell phone account, very small cell phone account. Don't go for an iPhone Pro Max 17 Plus HD LGBTQ. No, don't do that. Very small account, even like a 300 Rand a month account. What you aim to do here is create a debit order situation where for 3 months that debit order goes off on time. Because when it goes off on time, that service provider reports to ITC and it increases your score. Boom. Small credit card. I like a credit card as well. So don't go and, if your salary is 15K and the bank says, yes, 50K, and then go and buy a TV the size of a normal person's wall. Don't do that, because then you are going to be overcommitted. On the previous slide, right here, affordability. You don't want to mess up your affordability. Small credit card, 5 grand, 10 grand, go 3 grand in, at the end of the month, pay it off. At the end of the month, pay it off. Okay, this person's a good payer. That's what you're trying to create. Now, another mistake.
Sorry, there's a comment here. Damn, I took a personal loan to increase my credit score. Worst mistake. Frown face, cry.
Okay, yeah, so don't listen to dummies. Okay, listen to Uncle Bobby. Right, guys, I'm not pitching you. I'm not pitching you at all. We won Finance and Insurance Dealer of the Year 3 years, not months. 3 years in a row, back to back to back. Where 2025, we were number 1 and number 2 in the country. Okay, so for the running for next year, for 2026, quarter 1 results came out about a week ago. We are number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the country. So all the best F&Is sit with us. And this is not me like pulling data out of my ear. This is what we do every single day. This is all I know how to do. This is it. I don't know anything else. This is what I do. So when you are applying for a small credit card and a small account like a cell phone account, and your aim is for that debit order to go off so that your ITC score can increase, this is where you need to be patiently aggressive. What this means is there is a time when you can pull the trigger, but it's timing. 3 months in a row, consecutive debit order, successful debits off your account increase the probability of success. Now here's what a dummy does. Okay, they say go and open these accounts and come back to me after your first debit order. Then you go. You listen to them because they sit in a position with a F&I sticker in front of their name. You go, you get the accounts, the debit order goes through, they bring you back, they apply on the wrong vehicle, they apply on a vehicle, it's too soon for you, apply, you're frustrated, you go to another dealer, apply. Uncle Bobby from TikTok, I tell you, no, don't apply with me, don't waste my time, and I don't want to ruin the rest of your life because you will be blocked. So once you have those in place, from experience, okay, this is not a written law. You can't chat GPT, which bank said this. I'm saying this from my own experience, running the #1 dealership in the country with the best F&I team 3 years in a row. If you are patiently aggressive and you wait for 3 of those debit orders to go back to back to back, and you get to a dealer, and that dealer understands equity, affordability, and risk, and that dealer has the balls to tell you, no, you're not buying a 15-year-old 135 because the bank is going to decline you. You're buying this. These are the 5 cars that I can offer you. Pick one. Okay, I picked this one. Boom, approved. So the dealer also has to have kahunas to be able to be very direct with you. And when I'm direct with the customer and the customer doesn't listen, and I say to them, thank you, I will do you harm by applying on these vehicles. I don't want to do you harm. My intent is to serve, not to hurt you. So you can go to another dealership and buy another car there at your idea of what a deal should look like. I'm telling you how you can be approved. You don't listen, you argue, you disagree, no problem. It's your life, it's your financial reputation. Go and do it somewhere else. Okay. And then if you fail, come back to me. I will patiently, aggressively tap you on the head, tell you what to do, and then we can try it my way because your way doesn't work. If you succeed, salute, brother. Then I got beaten, that dealer should take the glory, and that dealer wins the prize of earning you as a customer. We don't get beaten a lot because we're good at this. Okay, accuracy on the actual application. All right, so I skipped one. On time, every time. What makes it rise? On time, every time, 3 months in a row. On time, every time. Boom, boom, boom. When the credit card payment needs to go for 1,250 Rand, it's in there, ready, boy. Boom, it goes off. The bank reports up to the bureau. This customer is sweet. We got our money this month. Cell phone account, sweet. We got our money this month. Everything goes off. On time, 3 months in a row, you're sweet. Accuracy on the application, on the actual application. So accuracy on the actual application is so important. It is probably the lowest hanging fruit, because I know lots of dealers in our industry, lots of my colleagues, my competitors watch these with aliases and like all sorts of weird names. No problem. You guys are welcome to take this as well and deploy it at your dealerships. Accuracy on the application is vital. If you live in an area for 15 years and 8 months in the same home, you're stable. Okay. If you earn 16,847 Rand and 52 cents, and it's accurately recorded on your application, that's what the bank sees. All the numbers are aligned. Perfect. If you spend on a telephone bill 1,255 Rand and 67 cents, but you say it's around 1.5, it's not accurate. Accuracy on your application. Are you a graduate? Huge advantage. If you're a graduate, huge advantage. Like, you guys don't understand how big of an advantage it is if you're a graduate. How long have you been staying there? How long have you been working at your current employer? About 2 weeks ago, we had our cheapest car that we sold on auction. The young man traded it in for 10,000 Rand, and I rode back to 5,000 Rand. And this particular gentleman is a foreign national. He came from a different country. He's here on a very long-term visa, busy getting his paperwork. He's got a South African driver's license. He's a waiter, okay, at a restaurant chain which I like eating at a lot because the service is exceptional. It's called Crawdaddy's. So he works at Crawdaddy's. Every time I've eaten there, it's like kick-ass. Like the steaks are good, the fish is good, whatever you want. By the way, this is not a paid promotion. That's just where he works. He's a waiter. Okay? So he's not a very high earner, but he's accurate. I've been living here X amount of years. I've been working here X amount of years. This is my income for the last 12 months because they get tips, so it fluctuates. This is my bank statements. The money doesn't come here and then immediately disappears on whatever crap people spend it on. He saves his money. The bank required 10,000 Rand deposit on a very, very new car. So this was like category 9.99 approval. Again, I'm like, please, you've got no idea how much I want to help this guy. Like, I'm crying. I want to help this man. This is a good man. Anyway, got the application approved, validated, signed, accuracy on the application. Suitability and stability was right. Even though he's not the highest earner, even though he doesn't have an ITC score that starts with an 8 and 8. You want to say something?
No, I just wanted to ask if you want to take a question from YouTube.
I'll take a question in 30 seconds. That person was accurate on the application, on a suitable car. There was a deposit required. We took his trade in. He's super happy. What does YouTube say?
So there's a guy, Daniel Smith, he's asking, if you were stupid and you made a personal loan and settled it, how long after you settle the personal loan do you recover?
Again, this is not a written rule in any ChatGPT search. From experience, what I found, 3 months. So for 90 days, because most of the banks will require 3 months bank statements if you're not self-employed. If you're self-employed, 6 months. But most of the banks require 3 months bank statements. And like I said, if you are cross-pollinating, you bank with ABSA, but you have an approval with FNB. When FNB looks through your 3 months bank statements, and they've got AI tools to make sure that it's not fake, and they still communicate interbank links. There are stuff like that. They can still see, all right, these are legit bank statements. If you clean for 3 months, you will have a very high probability of success. I hope that helps you. And I hope it was like 2 months and 3 weeks ago that you took that personal loan. Okay, Els, that's it.
Nice.
So I'm 5 minutes over, homie, but that's your fault because I took a question. Okay, so next topics, approvals and affordability. So how does one determine that? And even though I said to you in the beginning, it's 30% of your gross, there is a different way to calculate it as well, because 30% of your gross, depending on the car, can be a car of 300,000 Rand or 400,000 Rand. So I'm going to go and unpack that in detail, great detail. Can I qualify? We'll just go through it nice and slow. What's the monthly payment? How to work that out? Will I need a deposit? Can I get a good interest rate? Hidden costs? Taboo. Hidden costs. What is this? Service and delivery. You didn't deliver. I fetched my car on my own. Why do you charge me this? Okay, get ready. Hold on to your chair. So Uncle Bobby will go through all of that very slowly. What's excluded from the price? Are there admin fees, on the road fees, insurance, etc.? Credit score confusion. Yes, lots of confusion. I've got a 585. Can I qualify? Like, bro, I've been around swimming pools. Can I swim? Very difficult question. It's like me asking you, I've seen lots of water. Can I swim in the ocean? I've got 585. Can I qualify? So, have you ever swam before? Have you ever swam in an ocean? Can you swim? Okay, when last did you swim? What happened on your last swim? Lots of questions before I can say yes or no on that 585. Very good topic. How can I improve it? How can I improve it? We've already touched on that. Vehicle condition and history. There's lots of info I'm going to give you on vehicle condition and history and certain checks that we run before we buy. Is the mileage genuine? And then service history on the car. These are cool topics, Els. All right. If you like this information and you feel that it was valuable, most of you on the WhatsApp group, please share the WhatsApp group with your friends and family members. At the end of this call, are we going to share the presentation in a PDF form on all the WhatsApp groups?
If they ask nicely.
If they ask nicely, shame us. I'm asking nicely. Please share the show, homie. Sorry?
I say fine.
She goes like this, fine, like a typical woman, eyes out, just white, fine. So just kidding. We'd love to share this information with you. We'd love you to process it. If I helped you, salute. I hope I didn't waste your time. I know that even the experienced dealers didn't know some of the information that I shared with you guys today. And if you'd like more, next week Tuesday, we're going to give you much more. So please share the PDF. Please share this our WhatsApp group with friends and family members. And then, what is this? What's going on here? So it looks like I have some questions.
Gaan maar by die chats in.
By die chats.
Ja, links, bietjie links. Nog 'n bietjie daarso.
Okay, nou.
Okay. Q&A is daar Q&A button. Daarso 7.
Share screen is a bit weird. Saying it. What is residual? Personal loan, or rather using and managing a credit card. I came a bit late. Does still have impact on the interest rate, or we can overcome that? Why are you late, homie? If he's in debt, improve your score. What happens when you lose? Cannot afford a car. How can I ask? Someone who becomes citizen of South Africa and like a credit card. All right, cool. All good questions. I don't want to keep everybody up all night. You guys have my number on the group. You're welcome to shoot me a WhatsApp, and I will respond as quickly as I possibly can. I do get a lot of WhatsApps, I must say, like 2,500 to 3,500 a day, and I have to answer all of them on my own. I tried having some help and people answering with me. It didn't work because it's not authentically Uncle Bobby, and I decided, no, let me just handle this WhatsApp thing on my own. So if you have questions that I've maybe missed on the specific topic, if it's different questions, that will still be upcoming in the next couple of weeks. But on the specific topic, if I've confused you or you want to unpack something in greater detail, send it to me. I'll screenshot it, put it on the group, and I'll say I'm going to answer this, create a piece of content, and put it on that group as well. So from now on, I'm going to be communicating on that customer training group. Hopefully we can fill it up nice and big. I'm not sure how many people in total watched, but I think if we over-delivered on value, which I believe we did, next week it will be more and more and more and more and more. And then we'll have to get one of those fancy Zoom accounts that we can entertain 20,000 people on the live one of these good days. How's?
Or we get no Zoom account and we just get 20,000 people
on TikTok.
And YouTube.
How many are on TikTok now?
Just 20,000 less 19,000.
Okay, cool.
361, maar ons het nou net so 460 gehad, amper 500.
Okay, awesome. 500 peeps is good. Hopefully we get more next week, and more people are more and more educated on the topic of finance, DIC, how you mess up your credit score and how you build it up again. Thank you very much for joining us. I really, really enjoyed this. Take care and have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful